Hey everybody, Eric here from EFBM, and coming to you from parking lot of my oldest daughter's school, while she finishes up with marching band practice. But I just wanted to, hopefully quickly, I'll try not to ramble too much, but I'd like to touch base on weight training. Now, I know for the average person, for the average person, I don't know what that was. I apologize. So for the average person, for the average guy, weight training is bulking up to look like some kind of superhero. I'd say the average person. I'm thinking average to me. For the average woman, bulking up is kind of on the same thing. I've heard quite a few women during the course of my 9 months of doing this say, I don't like lifting weights because I don't want to look like some kind of, I don't want to lose my femininity, if that's a word. And I've heard guys approach it with I'm not trying to get like Schwarzenegger, or I'm not trying to get just massive. And I want to kind of get away from that line of thinking, because just because you lift weights doesn't mean you're gonna get huge. There's a way to do that. Most of the time, it involves some form of supplementation, protein powders and other amino acids and all kinds of other stuff. I'm not saying you have to take that, but that's generally how that works. In this case, I want you to start thinking about weight training for building lean muscle. And what do I mean by lean muscle? Well, it's that muscle that carries you through for everyday strength. Lean muscle it's not bulky. You get a little definition, but lean muscle to me is strength. It's true strength. Because frankly, here's my thought on it. And if this offends anybody, get over it, really. I mean, you don't have to watch the videos. But I appreciate that you did watch, though. Thanks. In my opinion, I don't care if you can bench press 400 pounds. Because if you can't use that in the real world, what's the point? I mean, I don't know. I know of very few people who lay on their back and push things up as a job. So, I work out to build functional strength. That's kind of the thought and theory around CrossFit is functional strength. I've kind of tweaked that to incorporate the Spartan training stuff. But functional strength to me, is everyday strength. Functional strength is if you work third shift in a grocery store like I did while I was in school last year, stocking shelves, well, after 5 minutes of doing this, is your arm tired? If your arm gets tired, then you need to work on push press. You need to build up the shoulder strength so that you can do that repetitive motion of picking things up and putting them on a shelf. That is the idea. You don't need to go out there and be able to squat 400 pounds. Don't get me wrong. Is there something satisfying in knowing that you can? Absolutely. I was super geeked out when I deadlifted 500 pounds once. And in all disclosure, I thought I was going to mess my pants. But that's a different story. So functional strength is being able to do everyday life efficiently, effectively, and without wearing you out. That's really what it boils down to. I can work out twice a day because I've built up my functional strength. I can do push-ups and burpees, and I could do variations of push-ups because I've built up that functional strength. And yeah, I have bigger size to me, but I'm also not hulking. Would I love to have the kind of build of some people out there? Sure, absolutely. I would love to turn I'm at roughly 237 pounds right now, and I would love for that to be mostly muscle. You know, as far as my body weight's concerned, outside the skeletal and vital organs and water weight and that kind of thing. I would love to be about, 12 to 15% body fat instead of where I'm at. But I'm working on it. I'm getting there. But my overall goal is to be able to efficiently and effectively move my body weight. I would love to get to a point where I can crank out 30 or 40 pull-ups at a go. Why? Because I will probably at some point go hiking or camping and have to pull myself up. I want to be able to do that. For me, I try to build strength looking forward. Now, how do I do that? For me, building strength, I do it in a couple different ways. There is one day a week that I did a stupid arm, or really it's right here. This is the area that hurts. So really what it boils down to is one day a week I would lift heavy, because I do think you need to engage the big muscles. You need to engage them. You need to really work them, really test them. But for the most part, it was low to medium weight, higher reps. Because when am I ever going to have to bench press 400 pounds? There may be a day, but I would be better if I could move my body weight. So the way I do that is I typically work out about 135, 145 pounds on the bench press. And I go, I might do 5 or 6 sets at 6 to 8 reps. If I want to build that lean muscle fiber for endurance and stamina in my workouts and in everyday life, I might work out with 115, 125 pounds. And I may do lots of reps, which is just 1 rep. Up, down, done. That's 1 rep. I may do lots of reps, maybe 12, and then lots of sets. Excuse me. So, in push-ups, you have just like any movement, there are various hand positions, arm positions, inclines, flat, declines. So instead of getting into the whole dynamic of the positions, just think about what you want to do, research the positions. How many times can I say positions in this section? And just keep in mind that what you do and how you do it is important. Function, form over function. You want to have good form while you're doing it. So before you do anything with weights, practice. Get to know the movement first. That way you can do it effectively without hurting yourself. And I know that sounds kind of odd from a man in a sling, but anyway. So just focus on the ability to do the movement well before you ever add weights. That will be key to, in my opinion, that's key to making sure you can pursue that. There are all kinds of YouTube videos out there for how to do something properly. There are tutorials online. Various organizations have how to properly do a movement. So just do a little research. Spend just a little bit of time on the web. It won't be hard to find that stuff, and it will make all the difference. I read an article today on Runner's World. If you're having knee pain, build up your hip flexor strength and your thigh strength. You want to just, so everything's, your body it's all connected, really. So, building up those fast twitch muscle fibers, building good lean muscle, building strength. You don't have to build size, but if you're going for size, there's a way of doing that. If you're going for strength, there's a way of doing that. If you're going for endurance, there's a way of doing that. Just do a little research, and For me, functional strength is more important than hulking strength. I don't need to be able to deadlift 500 pounds. That's not my goal. My goal is to be able to move my body weight effectively throughout an entire day. So just keep that in mind. I'm not knocking anybody, so if anyone feels slighted, I apologize, or you can get over it. You can suck it up. So thanks for watching, you guys. Have a great day, a great workout, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.